Hey, Viola Rules here, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. So, in the last one, we had that glitch that eradicated Sayori from the universe, and we have another poem-making session here, um, which you can't skip, by the way. Not that I was going to anyway. So, let's see, who do I want to appeal to? I noticed that, some of Sayori's words are still left over, like sadness, which might be attributed to Yuri now, probably, if it's test. No, it's actually sadness went to Natsuki. What? Okay, that's a little weird. But yeah, I've been thinking a lot about this game, and I think, like as I mentioned before in the previous episode, I think that Monica is a demon, that she's completely 100% evil and behind this entire thing. And the reason for that being her poems from the first part before the glitch happened, or whatever it is that's going on. Because her first poem about the hole in the wall, I thought it was about a peeping Tom, but actually I've come to realize that no, it's about her becoming aware of the player, I'm pretty sure, because the computer screen is just a hole in it that gives a one-way look into whatever world we're viewing through game or show or whatever. I'm just picking random words, I don't really care who I appeal to at this point, because I kind of feel like it doesn't matter. Yeah. And also her second poem, which I thought was about somebody getting knocked out. No, it's actually about a corrupted save file, which is why she tells you to remember to save. Even though she probably already knows that your choices won't matter because everybody will just get eradicated from the game. And I'm pretty sure that she's doing that to try and keep our Mr. Protagonist to herself by eradicating the competition that sort of hinted at when we wanted to spend time with Monica for the festival preparations and everybody else objected. Yeah, and her third poem basically trying to say that she's not controlling the story, but I'm pretty sure she is. I also felt like her, oh, I'm just practicing piano excuse was just that, an excuse. Hi again, Viola. Hi, Monica. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club, and Sayori's text is completely gone now. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Game needs to stop glitching out. It freaks me out every single time it does that. Thanks for keeping your promise, Viola. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. And the reason why I feel like it doesn't matter is because the protagonist, he said that he should have spent more time with Sayori. Maybe that's true. But it makes it seem like whoever you spend the least amount of time with will die next. And I don't think so. I predict that Yuri will be the next one to be eradicated. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Because her sprite keeps glitching out. Another reason why I think that. Oh, God, game really needs to stop doing that. I hate visual glitches like that. Anyway, oh come on, like he deserves any slack. Also, apparently Natsuki's glitching now. You already had to be dragged here by Monica. Ooh, the music's also weirding out too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take this seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Thanks for standing in front of the text box, Monica. Natsuki certainly has a big mouth for someone who keeps their manga collection in the club room. Can you not block the text? Thank you. It finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Hopefully defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Viola. We'll make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Well, I feel pretty uncomfortable already, so you're doing a very poor job. Yuri shoots Natsuki a disappointed glance. Anyway, now that you're in the club and all, perhaps you might have interest in picking up a book to read. Well, can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now, so it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Music is weirding me out. But wait, I didn't mean it like that. You don't really want to then forget I said anything, I guess. No, it's not that, Yuri. I want to try to be a part of this club, so even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you wanted me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. Okay, so she gives us the book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I enthusiastically take the book. Well, you can read at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. What was that? Was that a visual glitch or was something weird for a second? Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. Buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more. Is this the same sequence as before? I can't skip it, so I have no idea. At the same time, I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Yeah, it's the same exact sequence as before. Perhaps. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... That's the book you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it. Excuse you, Skype. Sorry about that. Oh, hey, her eyes are glitched now. That's cool. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday... That's not what I meant. I mean, I just so happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decide to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I look at the cover of the book. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically, it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. And the people here have that trait that turns them into killing machines that lust your blood. Oh, the story is different this time. Wait, did you say this was a relatable story? I no longer feel comfortable. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding to people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Oh, that might be a little bit of a spoiler. Oh, she didn't even check the back of the book to see if she was going to spoil it for me yet. Oh, so that's different. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. Not the thing about the lens. That's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. What part of that sounded nice? Ah, are you not a fan of that sort of thing, Viola? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. Yep, it's just that this kind of story, it's the kind that challenges you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. Then suddenly, I'm rambling, aren't I? Uh, yes? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. I am very creeped out. Also, I was told that I would have to censor things in this game, so hmm. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets incredibly whatever. I kind of forget to pay attention to other people, and you develop a taste for bloodlust, I'm guessing? That's what the dark text is that keeps popping up. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Oh, wow. Okay, so the original dialogue actually ties in here. Because yes, you keep saying strange things. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Huh, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it. Oh, I might as well get started reading it, right? And was I the one talking? I can't concentrate. Mm, okay. Yes. Hey, I mean, you don't have to, but... Oh, boy. What are you saying? Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's. Huh. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. Looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just bathing to something. I didn't get a chance to read that one, but she probably said something about bathing in blood, probably. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Oh, I'm the one laughing. Seriously, it's very hard for me to concentrate right now. Here, this should work, right? I sign my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them. I just keep expecting glitchy, terrible things to keep happening. Huh. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah, I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, we're huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. Suddenly I feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? To turn the page, I expected black text to pop up saying to have your heart ripped out or something. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. I continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. I continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. What? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Oh, that's new. Dialogue? Definitely not. Also, your expression is very unsettling. Really? I was just thinking the way she second-guesses things she says and all that. Ah, that's what you were talking about. Ah, okay. Sorry, I thought you meant something else about her. That she's a murdering psychopath, and you probably are too. Something else? Never mind. We didn't even get that far yet. So I don't know why that came into my head. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Probably not. Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. You're breathing a little. My breathing? Yuri puts her hands on her chest as if to feel her heartbeat. I didn't even notice. But she's getting excited over what she was reading. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Alright, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out of the classroom. What on earth was that about? Demons? Also psychotic people? Oh yeah, that's right. Sayori kept the group sane. I forgot about that. Oh, without her here, everybody's mentally unstable. Uh-oh. Yola? Hi, Monica. Did something happen just now? I have no idea. Yuri was acting a little strange, I guess. So you don't know anything. Sorry, I can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure that you didn't do anything to her. Do anything? What? No, nothing. Don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so it's nothing alarming. Okay, alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start sharing our poems with each other? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I figured we'd get started without her. And my poem, obviously, appeals to Yuri, so it's kind of awkward that she's not here. Is that okay? Yeah, I was just asking. I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. Okay, who should I show my poem to first? Let's go with Natsuki first. I told Natsuki I was interested in her poems yesterday. Oh, right. Yeah, we did. It's probably only fair if I shared mine with her first. Right, we're sharing with a different person first, so that's why this dialogue is different. Hi, Natsuki. Well, it's about what I expected from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Oh, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions. So basically he's not cute enough for your taste. Do you want to get smacked? I'll pass. Also, I noticed that she has a slight cat ear shape in her hair. Probably see it better when she's actually facing the screen. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Okay, it's the same exact eagles can fly poem as before. Okay, cool. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I said before, when I'm at the end, then make it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Okay, let's go to Monica. Hi, Monica. Hi, Viola. Having a good time so far? Not particularly, but for reasons that you don't know. Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, like how about you not freak me out? I'm always listening. That's my suggestion. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, Viola. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job, Viola. I was going whoo in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imagery and symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is totally detached from reality. Ah, that's a new piece of dialogue. I don't mean that like it's a bad thing, though. I would say it's a bad thing. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. Yeah, I got that impression too. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. Yeah, full of dead bodies, probably. But that's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. I see. She must be really starved for social interaction, so don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Okay, like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Yeah, to go murder the squirrels in the back courtyard. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back. Did I miss anything? Not really. Well, we all just started sharing our poems with each other. Huh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologize. You still have plenty of time, so I'm more than glad that you took all the time you needed. All right. Thanks, Monica. I suppose I should go get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. Is your first poem the same, too? I see. Well, let's read it then. Yep, it's the hole in the wall. Let me see if there are any differences in this one. Hole in the wall. Oh, it is different. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see color. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling playing tricks on my ears. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right there. He's right there. Following my fears, I brandish my pen. Interesting. So yes, hole in the wall. It's change. The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. I guess she sees writing poems as a weapon. I brandish my pen. She's using this club as an outlet for something. I still say that she's trying to get the protagonist, and this is her way of saying that she doesn't want this chance to go to waste or something like that. I don't know. Whatever. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. I don't know why I read performed wrong. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany. Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today, so same advice. Thanks for listening. So do I have to share my poem with Yuri now? Okay, great. I no longer like interacting with Yuri and Natsuki. They creep me out because their stuff keeps glitching and Yuri seems insane. As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. And what was that? Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth, then covers her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. Huh? I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. It's actually my first time, really. Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. Just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And I have been through that myself. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something that you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them, but building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Mizuki can be a bit biased, though. Oh, biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow of bathing. It must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. Alas, to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, the calm's breath air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers, I flicker back. Some parts of this poem feel like they're changed, but maybe it's the same exact poem, and I just don't remember what it was before. I feel like the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future line is different. Which I'm guessing blue-green hue indicates death. Because, your skin turns blue upon dying from oxygen, no oxygen. Yeah, that's my take on it. I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. It took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. And that's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since this is our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Viola. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining piece of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. Oh, I actually noticed that I can skip this scene, so it must be exactly the same as the last one. Ah well, whatever. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so... Nah, if anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Huh. No. I was really nervous about doing all this. But in the end, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, Viola. Me too. Okay, we're done. Here, I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated, you're telling me. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Music, please. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club, after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monica is writing something in her notebook. Is that different? My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. We gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. Uh-oh. This is where they started bickering and arguing last time, and Sayori's not here to moderate the situation. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Huh, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant... language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come up nice at all. Well, I do have a couple suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monica liked it, and Viola did too. So, based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring. Which I haven't yet. And Viola liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Viola appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Viola started showing up. Okay, this dialogue again. Natsuki. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Oh, the dialogue has changed. Because, Sayori's not here to intervene. I mean, look who's talking, you wanna be edgy. Uh-oh. Edgy? Oh, you said edge. Uh-oh. Sorry that my lifestyle is too much for someone of your mental age to comprehend. Ow, the music is messing with my head. See? You're seeing that proves my point. What's happening? Most people learn to get over themselves after they graduate middle school, you know. If you want to prove anything, stop harassing others with your sickening attitude. You think you can counterbalance your toxic personality just by dressing and acting cute? The only cute thing about you is how hard you try. Well, be careful or you might cut yourself on that edge, Yuri. Natsuki, you might want to be careful with your words. And also where you're standing. Oh, my bad. You already do, don't you? Oh my god. Did you just accuse me of cutting myself? What the is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. Let Viola hear everything you really think. I'm sure he'll be heads over heels for you after this. Suddenly, Yuri turns towards me as if she just noticed I was standing here. Viola, she's just trying to make me look bad. You settle, please. That's not true. She started it. How did I get dragons in the first place? I don't know. What? 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 I didn't see what that text said. It was going too fast. I guess... I'm sorry, Natsuki, but Yuri's the better option. Wait, what? I can't choose... Why can't I choose Yuri? And also, why is everything getting closer? Fine. Okay, apparently. Oh, are you trying to imply that it doesn't matter who I pick, I'm screwed either way? Hi. Hi, Monica. What? Hey, Eula. Why don't we step outside for a little bit? Okay. Okay. I guess that was just our mental representation of us getting overwhelmed. Sorry about that. We really shouldn't have tried to get you involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll go back inside once they're done yelling. I bet you when we walk back inside when they're done yelling, Natsuki will be splattered on every wall. Some president I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to be a little more assertive sometimes. But I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I know that's what you want, Monica. I'd be happy to spend time with you instead. Suddenly, Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Hi, Natsuki. Oh, you're crying, I see. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. Well, at least Natsuki's not dead. Yet. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri is rocking back and forth on her desk with her palms on her forehead. Yuri? I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to Natsuki. Or did. Viola, please don't hate me. Please. I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. You know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. Is my prediction in Yuri being the one to die wrong and it's actually Natsuki? Oh boy. Completely. How ominous for you to say that. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home now if you want. Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monica. You can go first, Monica. I'd like to stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take that responsibility today. It kind of sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. It's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Viola. It would just be embarrassing with you, Miss Snape. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. But I really appreciate it. Okay, well, apparently we're back here now. Wow, whoever told me that I was in for a ride was not kidding. Oh boy. Let's save, please. Anyway, I am enjoying the game. I'm just a little unsettled by the visuals and everything, glitching out constantly. Just a mental pet peeve of mine, I guess. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Also, be sure to like my Facebook page and follow me on Twitter, as well as support my Patreon. All of the links will be in the description below, and subscribe for more. And if you aren't subscribed or a new subscriber right now, be sure to hit that bell icon to get notified when I upload videos. This is Viola Rules, signing off. Talk to you later.